Mueller team say evidence against Trump smaller than Barr disclosed. Okay, we got a source for that? Or is it unofficials or people that are, non-disclosed? What do they call it? Confidential informants again. Because, those have worked out so well with mainstream media in the past. 3 officials say despite within Mueller's office, one reason he didn't make a call on the question of whether Trump had obstructed justice. It's like they're a bunch of conspiracy theorists, isn't it? Some members of the special counsel Robert Mueller's team have experienced frustration that Attorney General Barr clearly cleared President Donald Trump of obstruction of justice and believe that the evidence that Trump sought to impede the investigation is stronger than Barr suggested in his March letter summarizing Mueller's findings. A U.S. official who has spoken with the members tells NBC News. So they're not talking about... Yeah. So what they've done, Trump, is they've gone through the office and they said, hey, can we get 3 people to agree with this statement? Hey, Trip, by the way, how are you, buddy? But like I say, look, at the end of the day, so they're not talking about Russia collusion, which is what the headline sort of makes it out. They're saying that some people on Mueller's team, they're sort of trying to conflate the two. This is nothing about collusion. This is about Trump impeding an investigation, which is obviously a bad thing anyway. But, it's, hey, they're imaginary friends, right? Justice Department officials say Barr had no choice but to render a judgment because the special counsel's regulations say that he is ultimately in charge of the investigation. If Mueller believes Trump was guilty of obstruction, he could have said so, these officials urge, but he didn't do that in his report. Okay, case closed, Trump's not guilty. Right? If, like they say,
right.
If Mueller believed Trump was guilty of obstruction, he could have said so, but he didn't. So he doesn't believe that Trump's guilty? Is right? 3 government...
that's my understanding.
Yeah.
But and by the way, I can make anything up as long as I preface it with a confidential source told me.
Yeah. Well, at the moment they're saying 3 government officials have told NBC News that a dispute within the special counsel's office of the facts of the law was on one factor behind Mueller's decision not to make a call on the obstruction question. The lawyer and... Well, it's not that. It's also the fact that it wasn't his wheelhouse. He's not... Mueller is investigating the collusion between Russia and Trump. He is not investigating the actual investigation itself. He's not investigating his own investigation, is he? That's William Barr's job. Anyway, the lawyer and the FBI agents on Mueller's team could not reach an agreement but whether Trump's conduct amounted to the corrupt and therefore illegal effort to impede the probe. The 3 officials said as a result, Barr, officially consulting with Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, stepped in to clear the president, saying the evidence did not amount to the proceedings. That this is Russian conspiracy 2.0. Holy shit, our investigation into Trump Russia is falling apart. So now we're going to go through and go on about him possibly impeding the investigation. This is all it is. This is just them with Trump derangement syndrome trying to expand what they already thought. It's them shifting goalposts. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, well...
It's more than that. If you think of it this way, Mueller was their darling while he's investigating them.
Yeah.
Now watch how fast they all turn on Mueller.
Funny you should mention that because we actually do have some news. Some Mueller's team say report was more damning than Barr revealed. And I also saw some news, I think it was yesterday, where people are actually, a few days ago, sorry, people are turning around saying that, that Mueller should be a patriot and step down. Like, they're going after Mueller still.
I hope this red pills Mueller and his team and everyone.
I doubt it. He's an anti-Trumper. Well, this is the thing.
It doesn't matter though. Like at the end of the day, you have to see that it doesn't matter if you're pro or against Trump or pro or against anything. But people need to get their wake up to the fact that being friends with the media is not. It comes with a lot of strings attached.
Mm. Oh yeah, And this is one thing too, that at the end of the day, look, Mueller is anti-Trump. Mueller is not Trump's fan. Anybody that thinks Trump and Mueller colluded on this investigation, you're batshit crazy.
Yeah.
So like, Mueller's tried to drag through Trump's friends, tried to lock them in rooms for what? I think Junior was in the room for what, 35 hours of investigations and questionings. Like this is not a friend of Trump.
No.
Like, and now because the whole thing has fallen apart, their argument is, well, he's biased. He's against us. He's not with us. Like, it's literally they literally said they were going to have a tantrum if the Mueller report's not released by today. Like, Trip saying in chat, Posse want a full undacted Mueller report, which can never happen. They will say Barr is hiding something. Yeah, of course, they're going to shift the goalposts on that one too, don't worry.
Oh, and yeah, if they don't release it today, unredacted, apparently that big protest pushed by, what's her name? The crazy girl. On...
Which one?
Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow. Yeah, Rachel Maddow is headlining a huge protest across the whole country. Now, when
she's doing it for ratings. That's all she's doing.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, what she's doing is dangerous. Okay, and she's using a cable news platform to headline protests. That is insane.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And look, and I wouldn't be surprised if AOC and those sort of left-wingers turned up as well and were there speaking as well. But look, at the end of the day, as for, this is CNN. Literally claiming we're nonpartisan. Yeah, right. But at the end of the day, but then also using their platform to push a protest against a sitting president.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have Trump derangement syndrome.
The enemy of the people.
Yeah. Trump is right when he calls them that. The media at the moment has gone through and is more divisive than anything that Trump has ever said. They're the ones that are dividing America, not Trump. If you want to make the argument Trump's been dividing America, okay, let's talk about you, because you've been a lot worse at this than he has. CNN's going on about their race baiting, but the Young Turks race baiting their asses off all the time. Like, when does the media sit there and say, look, okay, say you're right. Say Trump is as bad as what you say, hypothetically. When are you going to look at yourself? When are you going to sit there and look at yourself and say, shit, Trump might be bad, but what we're doing is insane compared to that? But probably never.
I don't recall Trump ever standing in front of the podium on live TV and inciting nationwide protests.
No.
If a president did that, I'd be the first person to stand up and go, impeach, remove now, because that's Hitler, right? That's Hitler, in a way.
Well, not really, because it's more a case of it's not really authoritarian to incite a protest. He's able to do that himself. But authoritarian Hitler is when you're going through and you're starting to shut down other people's opinions, other people's speech. Look, it's not good.
But look at how Hitler started off in the beginning. He was inciting things through speeches leading up to getting power. What's Rachel Maddow literally doing right now?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a stretch, to be honest. That's I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Look, I get it. I'm grabbing a rubber band and I'm stretching it. I know, but it's take away the hyperbole of what I'm saying. But I'm still kind of saying something that's generally, well, it's not good. It's insanity.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely not good. It's not good that a sitting president or whatever can do it. Authoritarian plus YouTube, Twitter, etc. It says Trib in chat. But I was going to say, yeah, authoritarian. You could probably make the argument that YouTube and Twitter are approaching that. You could probably make that argument. But what I was going to say was, look, I don't have a problem with a president encouraging a protest. Everybody in America has the right to protest. It's one of their amendments. It's one of our amendments, even. It's even one of our constitutional laws. But at the end of the day, as long as they're doing it peacefully, I don't care if people protest. I don't give a shit about that. You protest until your heart's blue. Who gives a shit? But at the end of the day, and I don't have a problem with the left going off and protesting their little Mueller report. You know, go for it. You know, I can put up a video later today laughing at you for doing it. You know, and that's... That's, you know, hey, you're making content for me. Great, terrific, thank you very much. You know, I can go through and make cringe compilations or whatever it may be. You know, so go do your little protest, Robert, Matter, whatever her name is. You know, go do your little protest. Go into your blue in the face and your do your little tantrum on stage, and we can put like a little baby that's sitting next to you on stage. So we can superimpose the baby sitting there crying, and we can compare the facial expressions. There's a lot of things that we can do, and I don't have a problem with them protesting. I really don't.
There is a dynamic that I don't think this is a stretch, right? The fact is that you have somebody like Rachel Maddow in pushing and pushing for this and headlining a protest. But we also know that behind closed doors, the organizations on the left that will organize and go out and do these protests, behind closed doors, they do talk about, by any means necessary,
True.
Black Lives Matter, Antifa, they do promote violence behind their closed doors. So she can headline the protest peacefully, and behind closed doors, these individual protest organizations are heading out for blood.
And there's a bit of a difference between Trump encouraging a protest, for example, with his supporters, and the media, who's supposed to be nonpartisan, doing it. That's where I have a bit of a difference, is the fact that she's supposed to be nonpartisan, or the company's supposed to be nonpartisan, but they're obviously far left. That is where I have a issue, more than Trump leading the... Like, for example, I don't care if, Scott Mojo, whatever his freaking name is, Scott Morrison, got up and wanted to lead a protest. I don't care. I don't care if the Liberals, the Labours, whoever in Australia want to do it. Go for it. Knock yourselves out. But at the end of the day, I would say I have a bigger problem with the media, who's supposed to be non-partisan in this situation, going through and encouraging a protest. But
a source for my claim can be found in oh wow, I had the word in my head just then. It starts with V. The channel that they go undercover.
Oh, Veritas.
Veritas, and also wow, what just happened to my brain? I burnt out.
You need to play with more Space Sim games. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the other guy who does when he also did some undercover work as well on his channel. I've lost the name. It's the guy. It's the comedian guy.
I don't know. Don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the comedian guy who does.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
keep on.
Moving on.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So like I say, look, at the end of the day, look, obviously, regards to this, I don't think there's going to be anything in this Mueller report that's going to be damning. I think the left are going to lose their shit once again once that happens. But hey, we'll see. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you reckon there's going to be more to this Mueller report, or do you think at the end of the day this is going to be a great big nothing burger like it was originally? Stephen Crowder, Tripper saying, is that who you're talking about?
That's it. Yeah, Stephen Crowder. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, he does a little bit of undercover work. He's not who I would think.
He did an undercover into Antifa, I believe it was.
Yes, he
and
did.
They had knives and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not racial matter. That's. Yeah.
I know, but my claim was that you have the mainstream media that just does the peaceful side, and then these actual protesters actually do promote violence behind the scenes.
But you can't hold them responsible for what some nutjobs do in the left.
I realize. I know.
Because
But it does feel like a conspiracy sometimes. That's all.
maybe. Because let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.